in terms of the condition. Let us take a question from that gentleman over there at the very end. Do you have a microphone near you? Come down. And please identify yourself and the name of your organization, or if there's no organization, just yourself, and give us a comment or a question.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nicholas Gray. I'm not affiliated with an organization. I'm a guest of Alex from WrongPlanet. I had to write this question down so I could get it phrased well. Sorry about that. There's been a lot of discussion about suffering today. I've heard the words crisis and disability uttered a lot. But many autistics, when speaking about their condition in first person, describe it with affection. Some even call it a gift. The suffering that gets described a lot seems to center primarily on the lack of understanding and lack of acceptance on a societal level. So my question, particularly for advocacy groups, is what's being done in awareness campaigns to highlight the accomplishments and achievements of autistics in our society, particularly high-functioning autistics? And isn't the constant barrage of images of fits, seizures, and other low points in an autistic's life contributing to the stigma against autistics in our society?
Okay, anyone?
Autism Speaks are definitely trying to take the stigma away virtually by the awareness campaign that we've had. I mean, in the 65-year history of the Ad Council, they have never taken on a single disease campaign. So the awareness is out there, and I think once awareness gets filtered down through our society at all levels, the stigma takes away. You can well remember the stigma that we had with AIDS. I mean, everybody was in the closet about AIDS. Everybody was afraid to have, I think it was Ryan's case, the little boy that, you know, was taken out of school because they were afraid they're going to contact AIDS. Well, that was a big milestone to get over that stigma. And I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's working very well now as far as the stigma against people with, or children or adults with autism. And to your other question, what are we putting, I would love to have your input. If you'd like to give me some input on my website about, you can be my roving reporter for all the accomplishments that you can report for me about autistic families and people. That would be great. Fine.
There you are. Anyone here wants to make a comment? Or anybody from the Valarie, you want to say something about it?
Yeah.
Trying to turn mine off.
I think this is a very sensitive and important topic. On the one hand, it's very important to validate everyone's experience, whether you're a parent or a professional or an individual on the spectrum. Some of that has to do with grieving and moving on and getting down to the business of just living life in the most productive ways we all can. There's also an issue of, well, this invisibility that I was talking about before. And perhaps this situation befalls those of us with Asperger's syndrome a bit more frequently, where we are almost seen for our abilities and gifts, and yet we may have very significant challenges that are almost incredible to others. You know, if I'm sitting here speaking with you today, but could tell you that I've had really serious employment issues for a good segment of my life until I was diagnosed at age 40, and could then learn from that, you would begin to see how tricky this issue of representation of autism is. What I've seen in the past 13 years since my son Elijah was diagnosed is more of a coming together and a collaboration of ideas and perspectives. And I think what's most important is to not, you know, create a pitying image of autism, but I also feel like it's not safe to think of individuals as superhuman. And that happens in a lot of disability communities. And I think finding the middle ground is a dialogue is necessary, and I've found that dialogue is happening more and more. And I think that it will just become richer and richer. The ASA this year just instituted a wonderful new addition of individuals on the spectrum as an advisory board. This is a very big step and a wonderful thing. So you'll begin to see that, I hope, more and more.
I think your question is the essential issue that we're trying to address today. And I say that because what we're trying to do is impact and affect how people with autism are treated around the world. The goal of ASA is that within the next generation, and we think it will take quite a bit of time because of everything that needs to be done, is that autism will become an accepted part of the human condition. And we say that because as a condition, as a disability, it should be celebrated. The gifts and of what people with autism have should not be looked at wrongly. It should be validated. It should be used. It's something that is a beautiful and special gift. Within the community at large, we've made tremendous accommodations for people with disabilities. And you go to most places and there's sign language at a conference like this, or wheelchair ramps. We've made accommodations, and for us, I believe those are the types of ways that we will address autism, by learning how to better accommodate individuals with autism so that they can succeed in life, and we can, by creating and we are creating opportunities and availing them to maximize their opportunities.
Thank you, Lee. I'm sorry? Yeah, sure. Danielle. Identify yourself.
There we go. Hi, my name is Danielle Yango. I work for Autism Speaks. I've been a big part of coordinating all of these things for yesterday's events, but I also just wanted to make note that as a result of the awareness and outreach to over 300 organizations around the world that are advocacy organizations for autism, we had over 26 countries respond to us and in having events yesterday. So over 26 countries all had events taking place yesterday in celebration. There were walks, there was materials distributed, there was government and advocacy organizations and researchers all getting together on behalf of autism to be a part of this day. I do want to recall, in terms of really bringing out the hope and the celebration of autism, there's two things I want to point out. Panama has an organization that was started by a parent of autism, with a child with autism, and she created an organization called Soy Capaz. It's an adult organization, so it's an organization for adults with autism. And she had actually, we're about to post it to the website this afternoon, but there's a beautiful video of how she created this organization, and it's really about the hope and about the celebratory aspects of autism that we really should bring up. As well, Albania, the government of Albania, we've been in contact with the First Lady and the Prime Minister. They have an Albanian Children's Foundation, and they most recently let me know personally that they have recently hired a full-time staff person to start an autism-focused part of this foundation that will start up a parent support group. In Albania, autism is not really recognized very well, and they've made that clear to us. So as part of this awareness, I think, in all of this, these are really direct, actionable results from awareness that we've had in yesterday's event as well as going forward. So I just want to bring up that aspect that internationally there are so many examples and organizations that are around and exist that are doing things, and I think the biggest part, you will be able to see this on worldautismawarenessday.org. We started this website specifically to point out the international facets and the work being done all around the world by these organizations, and we're going to post pictures of the walk that took place in Kuwait, Nigeria, Ghana, Australia, China, Russia. There's so many countries that all did something yesterday, and that's part of the beauty of the website and the internet, is to make this all aware for everyone to see. So I encourage everyone to go to that website.
Bob?
I just wanted to I wanted to read you something. It's not, nobody likes to be read to, but I think this is important. Now, this is a statement. This is a press release that just came out. Literally just came out. And it's the result of the efforts of a person by the name of Billy Mann, who's a very, very strong supporter of ours and worked very hard on this. But This is, and I'll read it to you. This is not a political statement. Hillary has done wonderful things. McCain has said things, and so has Obama. But here's something this is from the press office of Senator Obama. Obama's statement in support of World Autism Awareness Day and Awareness Month. Senator Obama today released the following statement in support of World Autism Awareness Day and Awareness Month. Quote, I'm proud to add my voice in support of World Autism Awareness Day and Autism Awareness Month. Autism spectrum disorders have quietly become some of the most serious public health issues in the United States and the world today. Autism not only jeopardizes the future of our children, but also has a devastating impact on our families, communities, and on all levels of government, here at home and around the world. Today's celebration of World Autism Awareness Day is a call to action, and the United States must once and for all act quickly and effectively. As President, I will work closely with the families of affected ASD to ensure our government lives up to its responsibilities to individuals with ASD. Together we can ensure that everyone with ASD has a meaningful opportunity to get the education and resources they need to live independently as full citizens in their communities.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you very much. I want to, while we continue, I want to remind all of you that in that hallway, through that door over